In this video, we'll be exploring even more features that will help you create stunning design. We'll look at unique visual effects like liquid glass, alpha masking, along with the mobile conversion, canvas for presentation, and even multi-page workflow. But before we jump into those more advanced features, I want to start with a few essential features that can really improve your AI generation process. These are fundamental, and once you understand them, everything else becomes much more powerful. The first feature I want to show you is the prompt builder. This tool really lets you use your creativity, and it gives you an intuitive way to generate design prompts that are actually tailored to your project needs. You can use it in two main ways. First, you can start from an existing template. So here I'm just going to select one to show you what's possible. Inside the prompt builder, you'll find a wide range of settings, things like layout type, configuration, overall style, color theme, accent color, and the list is pretty deep, so it's worth taking the time to explore it. On the right side, you have a list of pre-made prompts. This is really useful because sometimes you don't think about certain details, and seeing them listed helps you refine your idea better. You can simply scroll through and add the ones you want to include in your final prompt. For my example, I'll add a border gradient, and I'll also add a prompt to rewrite all the text content so we're not copying the original template exactly. Once you're done, just click Add Prompt and hit Send, and Aura will generate a new design inspired by the original template. So this was the initial template. You can see it has a nice animation, lime accent color, and it is pretty well designed. Now, if we look at the new version, you can see how things change. The animation shape is still there, but modified a little bit. Now the accent color is blue, just like I selected. It also added a feature section automatically while keeping everything visually consistent. So this is one of the easiest way to design when you don't want to start from scratch. But if you already have a clearer idea in mind, you can also use a prompt builder from scratch. For example, here I'm selecting just a feature section with minimalist style, orange accent color, neutral borders with medium shadow, and a sans serif typography. So this was created completely on the fly, and as you can see, the layout matches exactly what I asked for. Orange accents, subtle shadows, and clean typography. That's why the prompt builder is such a unique and powerful feature. It gives you structure without limiting your creativity. Another really useful feature is assets. When you generate AI design, the images are often pretty generic, usually pulled from Unsplash. And with asset, you can replace them easily by using Aura's built-in library of over 25,000 images. All you have to do is select your image container, click on image, and choose something that fits your design better. With just a few clicks, you can completely change the mood of your section or design. But you still have access to Unsplash as well, which is great for more realistic and generic visual. So having both options gives you a lot of flexibility. Under Asset, you also find animated backgrounds. There are over 100 of them, created with tools like Spline and Unicorn Studio. So adding one is really simple. Select your hero container and just select one of the background so you can preview them, test different options, apply the one that fits the best. If you're more comfortable with code, you can also switch to code mode, locate the animated background, and customize it further. For example, since this layout leans toward dark mode, I can reduce the saturation so it blends better with the rest of the design. You can also adjust things like brightness, opacity, and blend modes, and any change that you make in code mode will apply consistently across your whole layout. So this is also a great way to learn CSS and Tailwind. Next, we have color mode. This is perfect if you don't know where to start with a color palette. Aura gives you 8 preset color theme, and when you select one, the entire layout updates instantly. If you want more control, you can hover over any color and every element using that color will be highlighted. This gives you a clear visual cue so you know exactly what you're changing. So with one click and you updated multiple elements at once. The same idea applies to font mode, but this time for typography. You get 16 font pairings with live previews. If you're unsure where to start, this alone can save a lot of time. You can also fine-tune individual fonts, changing weights, spacing, or switching them entirely. All of these features are designed to help you get a strong layout quickly, and if you don't like the direction you took, you can always revert back to the original state. So this layout that I've used for the demo was not created by me. So I will show you the remix button, how I can use that. So in the community, if you find a design you like, you can simply click use as pro and remix it. Remixing doesn't mean copying. It means using a layout as a starting point, then adding your own ideas, your own content, and adding your own style. For example, here I'll adapt the same layout but into a photography portfolio with a blue color palette. You can see that the new version kept the same structure of the original design but had updated the content and the color theme. So this is an amazing way to get started with AI design if you're not sure where to begin. And now that we covered these foundations, it's time to look at the main feature that really makes Aura stand out. Another one-of-a-kind feature in Aura is the Composer. This is a completely new prompt experience that lets you compose layout by bringing everything together in one place, by adding templates, components, assets, charts, and even code snippets, all directly in a single prompt. You can quickly reference and combine everything you need, which massively speeds up design iteration. And the best part is that all the context lives directly inside your prompt. So the easiest way to think about this feature is like a chef. You give it all the ingredients that you want, the component, the images, the animation, even the structure. This becomes incredibly useful when you want to mix multiple components from the library, add images, and even layer in animation while still keeping the design consistent. One thing to keep in mind is that you have a 1000 character limit context, so you'll want to be intentional with what you include. And once the generation is done, it will generate a final layout where everything follows the same styling and visual language. For the next feature, we're looking at a really striking visual upgrade, glass, or more specifically, liquid glass. You can apply a beautiful liquid glass finish to almost any container with very simple and intuitive controls. It's perfect for adding depth and instantly giving your design that premium feel. To achieve this, it's actually pretty straightforward. First, make sure you're in design mode, then select the container you want to style. One important thing to keep in mind is contrast. You want a strong, interesting background behind your container. This effect won't really work on very light or flat backgrounds. Once the container is selected, head over to the Properties panel, and under Effects, you'll find the Liquid Glass option. From there, you can fine-tune the effect by adjusting the intensity of the glass, the blur, the noise, the saturation, and the contrast. And just like that, with only a few small adjustments, you can completely transform the look of your layout and give it a much more refined, premium appearance. Next up, we have alpha masking sliders for seamless blending. This feature is incredibly easy to use and works in a very similar way to the liquid glass effect. In the same Properties panel, you'll find the alpha mask control. From there, you can blend layers directly into the background using simple, intuitive sliders. You get smooth, real-time previews along with fine-grained control over how elements fade, merge, and transition into the layout. This makes creating more complex composition much faster and a lot more predictable. All you have to do is select the element you want to work on, adjust the sliders, and tweak the angle until it feels right. It's significantly easier and faster than trying to prompt the same effect. This is a really powerful feature because visually it helps your layouts feel more natural, more cohesive, and overall much more polished. For the next feature, we have mobile conversion. It's not really a standalone feature, more like a powerful shortcut or quick tip that can save you a lot of time. If you already have your final layout and you want to turn it into a mobile version quickly, here's how you can do it. Start with your existing design, then enter a simple prompt, something like create 3 iPhone frames centered vertically and horizontally with a 40 pixel gap. Adapt each section of the landing page for mobile screens, no placeholders, reuse section from the HTML, and place the frame on a light background with clean shadows. And that's it. But that prompt sounds a little bit way too long. You probably don't want to type all of that every time. So instead, just head over to the prompt builder, scroll all the way down to the preset section, and you'll find the exact prompt already saved there. Just select it, press send, and within seconds, you'll see your layout converted into mobile right in front of you. It reuses the same elements from your desktop design, adapts them properly for a smaller screen, and presents them cleanly inside iPhone frames. This is perfect if you want to quickly adapt your website for mobile, or even just showcase your work in a polished mobile format without rebuilding everything from scratch. Creating a full website with multiple pages the traditional way can take a very long time. But with this feature, you can build everything incredibly fast. The first step is simple. Make sure your main landing page is fully completed and polished. That's your foundation. Once that's done, head over to the Pages panel in the top left corner, click Create Page and give it a name. Aura will automatically duplicate your existing layout. From there, you can let the AI handle most of the heavy lifting. Just enter a prompt like adapt this page into a work section. And that's it. You simply repeat the same process for every page you need, about, contact, services, whatever fits your project. Because each page starts as a duplicate of your main layout, the typography, spacing, styling, everything carries over naturally. Now, if you're building a full website just for presentation purposes, using a simple adapt this page prompt is perfectly fine. The AI will generate the content and structure for you. But if you're creating a real website for a client, I'd recommend being a bit more specific in your prompt. That way, you keep tighter control over the content and the direction of the page. Overall, This feature saves an enormous amount of time because Aura already understands the design context. Even if you start a page from scratch, it remembers the style and keeps the same visual vibe throughout. And once everything is ready, just connect each navigation tab to its corresponding page. And just like that, you have a complete multi-page website that looks consistent and professionally designed without rebuilding everything manually. And for the last feature of this video, we have Canvas, a visual presentation tool built directly into Aura. This feature lets you create clean, polished composition of your work without needing to switch to another tool like Figma. Once your design is finished, just click Canvas in the top left corner and you'll instantly enter Canvas mode. From there, you can add mockups for desktop, tablet, and mobile and rearrange them however you like to create your own composition. You can adjust the size of each mockup, tweak the height and width, and even link each mockup to a specific design, just like you see in this demo. You also have a lot of visual controls. You can adjust rounded corners, switch between light and dark backgrounds, or even use an image as the background. The background choice is important here. It needs to contrast well with your layout so everything stays readable and visually balanced. This is where you can really get creative. You can experiment, explore different composition, and fine-tune everything until it feels right. And while this example was done manually, you can also use mockup presets and simply insert your design directly into them. Aura includes layout presets for things like iPhones, laptops, desktop mockups, and more, which makes it very easy to create dribble-style covers or presentation visuals by reusing your existing work. So instead of starting over, you're just reusing what you already designed. So this wraps up this in-depth overview of some of Aura's most powerful features. Tool that will help you create beautiful premium design without that generic AI look. If you enjoyed the video, just make sure to hit the like button to support the channel and leave a comment below. So I'll see you in the next video.